And I'm joined by Matty James Cassidy. How you keeping, Matty, mate?
Not too bad, thank you, Dave. Thanks for having me.
No, pleasure's all mine, mate. Now, last time we had you on the show, of course, was when you self-released the Old Souls album. But you've now just announced not only a new album, but a new project with Tyla of Dogs D'Amour, of course. How did this project, obviously you've worked with Tyla for a number of years, but how did this new one actually come about as a new project sort of thing?
Well, I guess it's one of those things that kind of came from the COVID years because we were obviously weren't gigging or anything like that. And we're coming up with a lot of different projects and ideas to keep busy. And at one point, Tyler suggested we would do a split single, with like one of his songs on one side and one of my songs, and it was going to be as simple as that. And then I think it was Tyler's manager, Gordon. He suggested what he sort of said. Well, yeah, you could do that, but that's kind of easy. Why don't you just write some songs? It would be more interesting. And then as soon as we started going down that line, it became apparent very quickly that we were going to have more than a single, because the song started flowing very quickly, and it was really good fun to do. So, and then one thing led to another. We had an album, and it was, well, let's give it a name instead of just two solo artists. Let's try and name and have some fun with it. So yeah, it kind of just took off from there. We've got a lot of things planned now for the future with it, and we hope to, we're hoping it's not going to be a one-off. We plan to do a lot more with it and more records. And
yeah, cool. So what made it, go from like a new project rather than just put it under a Dogs D'Amour thing, or put it under
different
sounding, or
yeah, I think it is because the way the songs came about were us passing ideas back and forth to each other, and Tyler would send just like a rough thing he recorded on his phone or something, then maybe I'd write some more lyrics to it or rearrange it, or he'd just send me some ideas for lyrics that I would put the music to. And it kind of, the way it worked up, it sounded different and it sounded like its own thing, really. And I ended up doing a lot of the singing on the record as well, although we both share the vocals. So yeah, it just became, it seemed like more fun and interesting to do something different with it and give it a new name.
That's cool, man. So obviously, the name of the project being the Ballad Mongrels. Take it that was taken from taken influence from Tyler's first solo album, was it? The Life and Ballad?
Yeah. So I think I'm trying to remember now, 'cause it's a while ago, but I think when we were just going to do a single, and we thought we should give it a name. It was all going to be kind of done quite quickly. So really quickly, we were just like, oh, let's call it the Ballad Mongers. That makes sense because it's about it's about two songwriters working together. But then when I think just jokingly, I said, well, we should call it the Ballad Mongrels because they're like mongrel songs.
Yeah.
Part Tyler and part myself. So, and then after we pondered that for a bit, we're like, oh yeah, that's a good name. We should go with that. So yeah, it definitely was originally. The idea came from the title of Tyler's first solo record.
Nice one. And despite the fact that you said initially there you were going to do a single of both, like one of your songs and one of Tyler's, I take it that the whole album is all original material that you guys have written?
Yeah, all original, all brand new songs. So yeah, it shouldn't be. It should be. I'm looking forward to hearing what people think of it actually, because it's a little bit different, and but it's that usual thing when you make a record. We've been listening to it for a while now, so you're just curious to what other people think about it.
Oh, I bet. So when was the album, for want of a better term, in terms of the songs, wrapped up? Has it been wrapped up for a little while? And
yeah, I think at some point we actually finished. Because of various other commitments and all the rest of it, the songs came together really, really quickly. But then just getting it mixed and all that stuff, that took a while. And I think we were probably towards the end of the summer we had a finished master. Cool. So, and then we did have to sort of take a step back and think, how are we going to release this? Because like starting again is launching a whole new thing. So we had to sort of think about it. Are we doing singles? Are we doing EPs? Are we doing, So that took a little bit of figuring out, but we're sort of hoping now that we finally, hit the launch button, that we can just keep rolling it out from here. There's three or four singles planned before the record comes out. and we'll probably start recording the second album soon.
Oh, nice. So you're already thinking along those lines of following up.
Yeah, because it's, they say it's quite. I think the songs come together so naturally that it's really fun to do, and yeah, I think it'd be a shame to just stop it or to just make it in one off. I think it means a bit more to us, and that's something we want to carry on with.
No, nice, man. Because obviously, like I said before, you've worked with Tyler for a number of years now, like with Dogs and also the acoustic shows as well. Is the album itself? Obviously, I have not heard anything. Is that lending itself more to the acoustic side of things, or is it like full on more of full electric?
Yeah, funny enough, I think that's another sort of funny thing about the name Ballad Mongrels, because it's not very acoustic balladery. It's pretty. I mean, there's an element to that because both Tyler and myself, I think, we're the starting point for writing nearly every song is on acoustic guitar. So there is an element of that, but for the most part, it's a pretty full out rock and roll record. There's plenty of guitars and loud drums and everything there. So yeah, it's certainly not an acoustic album.
Yeah, great, man. So did you and your Tyler take over duties of all things? Have you got other musicians working with you on the tracks themselves?
Well, we sort of for this album, and the idea was, the Ballad Mongrels thing is this combination of us writing songs together, and we like the idea of it could be. We don't really know what will happen in the future, but we like the idea that it could be a sort of transient band. So we might, album 2 or album 3, we could have special guests or other people, involved and all the rest. But for this record, Simon and Gaz from the Dogs played on it, and because when you've got access to great musicians like that, why not?
Definitely, man.
Brilliant. And Gaz also produced the record with myself, and he did the mixing and everything, and did an incredible job on that. So yeah, it's still sort of been produced by the family, shall we say? You know what I mean? It's still kept it in house for this one, but who knows? In the future, we might have different singers on there. Different, it's the main idea behind the project is the co-written songs, and there's a nice freedom to knowing that we can use this banner to do whatever we like with,
have a bit more freedom than you would necessarily if you tried to squeeze it in under Dog's moniker or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can sort of do what we like with it, and have fun with it. So yeah.
That's cool, man. It's nice that Simon and Gaz are still involved, though. That's cool. I mean, like you say, when you've got those guys in reach, and why would you?
Exactly. Like, I mean, Gaz plays on a lot of my stuff as well, and recorded my stuff, and he's worked with Tyler for years, and I would never want to do a project he's not involved in, really. And then with Simon, it's like, if you got a world-class drummer like Simon, why not? Why would you not ask him to play drums on the record? So no, it's been brilliant to have them involved as well.
So obviously you're releasing the single Ballad of Knucklemen this coming Friday on the 9th of December.
Yes.
What can you tell us about the song in terms of the sort of inspiration behind the song, or obviously not heard it yet, sort of thing?
This particular song was a lyric of Tyla's about I believe the inspiration was the rules of bare knuckle fighting. So it's just a pretty all out rocker, but it's quite it's a fun song, and it's sort of. Yeah, I believe I could be wrong, but I think he started writing it after we did a gig once, and he was staying up in our friend Corky's pub, and in the wee hours, the idea for this song came about. But yeah, it's great. It's fun, and it's got a lot of energy. Nice. So no, it's pretty cool. And we've got a video for it as well, which we shot some videos towards the end of I think it was in August, early August, and so there'll be a video released as well for this single and the other ones as well.
Oh, cool. Is that video getting released same day on the 9th, or is that getting sort of...
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, we're hoping if all goes to plan this week, we're hoping that when the day of the single's released, we'll also launch the album. Will be available to pre-order and everything.
Oh, wicked.
So and we'll have the video out and everything. Try and go at full cylinders.
Cool. And you're looking for is it a sort of spring release next year, isn't it, for Trouble itself?
Yes. Yeah. But we just sort of lined it up with what we wanted. We didn't want to just sort of push it out too quickly because it's a new thing. We wanted to get some singles out and let people get a chance to hear about it and all the rest. Plus, just as I'm sure you know, that it takes so long these days with manufacturing and all the rest that, you know, once
if you're putting it out on vinyl.
Yeah, I mean, once you decide you're releasing an album, it's still 6 months till anyone's going to get it, you know, because it's just out of your control, you know. But and also, like I said, because it's a new thing, we wanted to do it right, you know. So we're sort of, we didn't want to rush it out. Yeah. So
that's cool, man. So was there any song in particular that, like, when you were writing, sort of set the mood of the whole album, or was it just like
I think probably the title track "Trouble" probably did, because I think that was one of the first ones we worked on, and it definitely set the tone with the sort of us both singing and the energy behind it, and it definitely made me feel like I had a grasp of, oh right, this is what this is going to sound like, you know. So yeah, I'd say probably the title track, because it was one of the first tracks we did, I think. So that'll actually be this. I believe that's the second single, so that'll be coming out in, I presume, probably in January.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're going to try and keep it, like I said, keep it rolling, keep stuff coming out as often as we can, really.
So have you already got like live dates for next year already planned out, sort of thing, to keep in support of that, or?
Well, this is what we're sort of debating at the moment, because it's going to be interesting to know what to do. I mean, I know there's certainly plans for Dogs Demur shows, Tyla's Dogs Demur shows next year, because it's actually the 40th anniversary of the Dogs Demur. So Tyla's got some plans for that, and we're not really entirely sure what because of the idea behind the project and it being so open and free. We're just talking now about what we might do gig-wise with it, because it's kind of anything goes. So, but we certainly intend to play it, you know, get out live with this stuff as well. So. Yeah, we'll just have to keep you posted on that one. But
so there's other plans for Tyla's Dogs Demur for next year for the 40th anniversary, you say?
Yeah, he's got quite a lot of ideas for that, and there'll certainly be plenty of live shows and I'm sure releases and all these sort of things. So, which is it's amazing, really, to think about the 40th anniversary of that band. You know,
yeah, that is crazy.
Because it's so funny for me, because I've been playing with Tyla's Dogs for I think since late 2015, early 2016, and so like I wasn't born when the Dogs started.
No, was I? No.
It's quite fun. It's brilliant and quite funny to be involved in a 40th anniversary whenever I wasn't alive whenever it started. It's a great thing, and yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of fun stuff comes out of that.
That's cool. So the first time I saw Tyla was just doing a Saturday acoustic show. He did a show in Norwich when I was at uni, and actually, like I say, I wasn't around first time around for the Dogs, so I didn't get to see him then. And that was the first time I saw him. That must have been 2006, 2007. The irony being, the venue that he now played is now a religious centre, and there used to be a proper down and dirty, proper spit and sawdust kind of venue, proper. You know.
Oh right, okay.
And then the pub got sold, and it was boarded up for ages, and then it got opened up as this sort of religious centre. And it's all like, anytime I sort of drive past it now, if I'm ever going through Norwich, it just makes me smile, because the amount of debauchery that used to go on in that place on a Friday and Saturday night, and now it's a lovely, clean-looking religious centre with people doing what they need to do. But it's funny how things change.
Yeah, it probably, to be honest, it was probably a similar time whenever I first met Tyler, because I went to see him do an acoustic show when I was still at school, and he was playing in Belfast.
Oh.
And that would have been when I first met Tyler, and we sort of kept in touch from there. But yeah, I think that would have been around the same time.
Yeah, crazy.
Maybe 2006, 2007, something like that.
Yeah, it was good times. But so what does the rest of the year and into sort of 2023 look for yourself, mate? Have you got any plans for any more solo work, or is this your sort of focus?
Yeah, I think it's looking pretty. It's going to be a pretty busy year next year, because between this new venture and the dog stuff, and then 100% definitely I'm about to start work on my next record and getting my band back out on the road next year as well. So
nice.
To really sort of hit the ground running in 2023. So yeah, there should be a lot. I'm looking forward to it though, because I feel like it's even though behind the scenes we've been doing a lot of work and making records and writing songs and all the rest, it still feels like we've been hibernating since COVID. You know, we've gone out and done bits and pieces, but I'm really hoping that next year we get back out on a more in a bigger way. You know, and we've got this backlog of new songs and releases lined up and things to do that it'll be great to get out and play them for everyone.
Sounds like it's going to be a really exciting year for you, mate, between, you know, Dogs and this new project with the Ballad Mongrels and your solo work.
Yeah, fingers crossed, but I'm very much looking forward to it.
I bet, buddy. All right, mate. Well, thanks for your time as always, mate. It's good to chat to you, mate. Obviously, at the beginning of the interview, we're going to play Ballad of the Knuckleheads for obvious reasons. But normally at the end of the interview, I'd get in a choice of another song from the project. But obviously, this is the first single. So what song of yours, whether it be from your solo work, from Dogs or whatever, or just a favourite song, would you like us to play at the end of the interview?
I don't know. One of my songs or one of...
Yeah, let's go for one of yours.
All right. Something off the old Souls that I think After All. There's a song called After All. Yeah, that's a... Don't know why I thought of that one, but that's a good one.
I'm happy with that, bud. Yeah, we'll play with that then, mate. All right, thanks for your time, mate.
No problem at all. It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you.